The minister, should we say, the acting minister in the presidency, Ronald, you'll know that as the country continues to battle the COVID-19 resurgence, not everyone is happy with government's latest measures to keep the virus under control. The Garden Route municipality, the Great Brak Business Forum and the lobby group AfriForum, including the DA, they've launched a protest against beaches being closed, saying they will affect the economy of the province. Let's discuss this now with the minister in the presidency, acting minister in the presidency, Ronald Lamula. Minister, a very good morning to you, and thank you very much for making time to speak to us. Let's talk about this issue of beach closures. What was discussed with the provinces and the conclusion, therefore, that one province, the Western Cape, may keep its beaches open, except, of course, the Garden Route?
Yeah, thank you, Toli, and to the viewers. As you will have seen, Cabinet discussed with all the provinces. There was a consultation, and at the end, we decided to take a differentiated approach in responding to this matter, because the evidence and the information before us reflected that we cannot take a one-size-fits-all approach with regards to all the provinces because of the assessment that was done. As you are aware already, the Nelson Mandela Bay is a hotspot, and also the Garden Route is already declared a hotspot. Hence, with regards to KZN, the information that is at our disposal was that the days where the beach becomes flooded in a manner that is not controllable are the public holidays. Hence, we took a decision to close during the national holidays. And the decision with regards to Cape Town was to allow it at this stage, and the assessment will be made as we move forward.
Yeah. Well, Minister, as I speak to you, the Western Cape is leading in terms of its daily increase in infection numbers. I'm talking about the Western Cape as a province, 3,233 today. This comes on the back of what the Minister of Police bemoaned as a province that was seeing rising numbers. The minister I'm talking about is that of police, your colleague who was inspecting beaches in Cape Town. Is the decision going to remain that, with the exception of the Garden Route, the beaches in Cape Town are going to remain open?
Yeah, that one will also be informed by the assessment. And what will then happen, Koli, is that we'll look at the numbers that we have just spoken about, which are showing a sustained increase in that area. We'll also look at the behavioral patterns in the beaches. What is the information that comes to us? Are people complying with the issues that relates to mask and all the health protocols? And then, informed and armed by that evidence, we will then be able to make an assessment whether we still need to allow the beaches in that area to continue, or we must close them up until Jan or for particular dates and so forth. But that will also be, we will also do a meticulous process. Hence, you will have seen that all the previous decisions were also informed by what we have at our disposal.
Yeah, the revision, therefore, Minister, around the closure of beaches, how soon can South Africans expect that revision, if indeed a revision is going to come, about whether provinces such as KwaZulu-Natal and perhaps the Eastern Cape, even though they have acceded to beaches being closed, perhaps they should also consider opening, because the tourism sector is suffering, which is exactly what the Garden Route municipality is arguing alongside other people that are challenging this decision.
Yeah, where already it's hotspots, as you are aware, in terms of the announcement of the president and the regulations. That decision is still standing, and we are not intending to revisit or review it now. Where we are monitoring is where the beaches are open, like the beaches of Cape Town. That's where we are currently monitoring, and the monitoring also includes or involves the health department's capacity to carry in terms of the wards, whether they are able to manage, and also the various issues that relates to police, whether they see defiance of people in terms of observing health protocol. So it involves a lot of things. And as and when the information becomes available, the president will then decide to call a meeting where we will then assess the information and decide whether we still need to keep the beaches of Cape Town and the Northern Cape open, or we must close them.
Yeah, Minister, on this aspect, I just want to wrap it up quickly. The issue of fines, the police minister has been talking about 5,000 rands being issued for any businesses that are not going to be compliant. These punitive measures, are they only directed towards businesses, or could people also face fines if they do not adhere to restrictions?
In terms of the regulations 14, it speaks about a person who is an operator of a taxi, a person who operates a liquor place or a shop or a building, or a person who runs or organize any form of an activity. Anyone who is responsible to organize any form of gathering can be arrested, and if arrested, can be liable to about 6 months or a fine that will be imposed by a magistrate. So that is directed to the organizers, to those that can be responsible for the super spreading events at this stage.
Yeah. Minister, I can't not take advantage of you being the Minister of Justice. And just moments ago, we were listening to the KZN ANC, which is bemoaning the fact that some of its members have been arrested from as far back as December last year. No charges preferred against them. And we're talking about, among other people, the former mayor of eThekwini, Zandile Gumede. Why is this happening, first and foremost?
Yeah, obviously, I will think that with regards to the exact details of why has someone not been charged or not, the NPA and the Hawks are better placed to respond to that. But what I can say, Toli, you will know that law enforcement agencies had challenges with regards to capacity, with regards to human resource, and that included the NPA, which we are currently helping in terms of the strengthening, in terms of the capacity, but also in terms of the budgetary constraints that the country is currently facing. So we are helping them to strengthen, including to help them with regards to the specialized commercial crimes court and the SSSU, which is located within the National Prosecuting Authority, which will also be strengthened through the processes of the Fusion Center, where you find collaboration amongst all the law enforcement agencies so that they are able to deal with issues as quickly and as expeditiously as possible. So ourselves, who can only speak at that level of helping them to strengthen themselves. But with regards to the specific details as to why and how, I think the NPA will be better placed to answer that.
That's well and good then, Minister. Final question on this matter. I understand exactly what you're saying, but I've got to I've got to ask you of this question, because this now affects the criminal justice system in its entirety. And these are the comments coming from KZN, where the Secretary of the province is saying the conduct of the justice system, particularly the National Prosecuting Authority, it gives credence to allegations that some state organs are being used or manipulated to advance certain sectarian cause. This is a quote directly from Dumiseni Ntuli. That's surely an indictment on your department.
Yeah, I think totally in that regard, we are always, as a department, always says to whoever makes such a statement, they must be able to use Section 32 of the National Prosecuting Act, which speaks about people not being able to improperly influence the role of the National Prosecuting Authority. In fact, such kind of improperly influencing the NPA, can also be visited upon with an imprisonment of about 10 years. So it's a very serious issue. So if there's anything that has been seen untoward, which is an improper interference or meddling in the work of the NPA, that section gives cover to any member of society to use it and be able to find justice. At this stage, we have not seen any improper interference on the work of the National Prosecuting Authority.
Minister in the presidency, should we say the acting minister in the presidency, Ronald Lamola, thank you very much for your time, doubling up, of course, as Minister of Justice, which is the portfolio he holds. Thank you very much for your time.